Kortiwada. In this video, we will learn about the way of implementing two-way data binding in Angular with a traditional way. That means without using any ng model, which we will be learning in the next upcoming videos. Here we will see a plain JavaScript type of implementation in Angular for two-way data binding, and we will also see the disadvantages and the problems which we will be facing whenever we are using a traditional two-way data binding. Let me quickly jump into Visual Studio Code. So here I have created a project called as Angular Tutorials, and this project is having an default folder called as SRC and also an app component which is created by Angular CLI. Let me go to the app.html, and now let's understand what is two-way data binding. The communication between our TypeScript or the controller and view as well as controller. This will be happening simultaneously at a time. To make this happen, we will be using two-way data binding. Previously in JavaScript, we have used this two-way data binding with some IDs and document.getElement by ID, and the same type of implementation we will see in this video, and what are the difficulties which we will be facing with that traditional way of data binding, and we will also resolve this problem in the future videos. For now, let me create a input field input, and inside the input field let me give a placeholder as enter some text. So my use case is I'm creating one paragraph. Inside this paragraph, I want to display whatever the user enters in this input field. That means inside this paragraph, dynamically, I want to insert some value which is given by this particular input field. Let me save this and go to my TS file, and here let me create one method. That means on input. I'm using input, and whenever the user is typing on the input field, let me call this particular method. So let me copy this on input and pass a event, that is input, and inside this input let me pass dollar event. So whenever the user inputs something in this particular input field, then this on input will be called. Let me save this and go to the on input and capture the event whatever we are getting. Let me use any, and let me print that particular event, console.log of event. So this is my event which I am printing. Let me save this. Let me open the terminal, and here in the terminal let me run this application by using ng serve. Hit enter. Here the application has been compiled successfully. Let me go to the browser and let me reload this. If you see here, I have an input field, and let me inspect this. Go to the console, and inside the console let me zoom it, and here let me try to type something, value. So if you see here, whenever I'm heating that particular key up, automatically this method is getting called. So for example, let me give s. Here you got an input event, and that input event is having many data transfer details, event phase, input type, insert text. So like that we got all the details about that particular input value. Now how can we get the particular value which has been entered in this? So there are the two ways we can get the value, that is event.data. Let me save this and go back to the browser. Here let me enter s. So you can get the s a I. So you are getting whatever the key which I have entered, but it is not giving the entire value. So let me go back and use something like event.target.value. So target.value. So let me save this and go back. If you see here, let me type the value SAISS. So whenever I'm typing the value, it is equivalent to the value which has been given inside the input. So what we understood, the data attribute, it will give the current key press, whereas the target.value will give whole value of that particular input field. Now we are able to get the value of that input field. What I want to do is I want to show the entered input value inside my paragraph. How can I show that? Let me create one id. Id is equal to para. So let me create this paragraph id, and let me get this id. By default in JavaScript, we can access any element of HTML by using a method called as getElementById. So const element equal to document dot get element by id of my id value. So what is my id value? The paragraph. Let me copy this and pass here and this is my element. So instead of assigning to the element, what I can do is let me remove this and let me try to assign dot inner HTML is equal to event dot target dot value. But there is a problem if you see here. So whenever my paragraph exists, then only I can assign this inner HTML. But whenever I'm using any question mark, it will always say that this paragraph may be exist or may not be exist. Object is possibly null. That means it doesn't know until it executes, because the TypeScript cannot find that value until unless it was compiled, and it can be known only at the runtime. So that is the reason what I want to do is I want to create this particular element separately. By removing all these values, I'll use const element, and this element is equal to document.getElementById. If element exists, then only I will assign element dot inner HTML is equal to event dot target dot value. So what we are doing here, I am checking whether the element exists or not. If the element exists, then I am assigning the value which was entered by my input field. Let me save this and go back to the application. And now you can see whatever I am typing in the input field, it is triggering in my paragraph. So what are the problems which we see in this particular traditional format is point number one. We have to generate an event, and that generated event can be assigned to one of the element. That means document.getElementById. We will be getting the ID from the DOM, and we will try to assign the elements to that particular DOM element. So to resolve this, one step ahead, what we can do is let me create a variable directly. That means input value is equal to, that is a string value. By default I'm giving a string value, and instead of using all these elements, what I can do is I can directly assign that input value. This dot input value is equal to event dot target dot value. So I'm assigning this event dot target dot value to my input value, and this input value I can use in my HTML by using a interpolation. So this is one way where we can avoid using the ID, that means get element by ID. Instead we can use interpolation, which is given by Angular, and that will be taking care of the value changes in this particular input value. Let me go back and clear this off. Let me try to enter the value here. Whenever I am entering the value, that is reflecting here, it is acting same like the previous one, but this is a bit advantageous compared to getting the element by ID and assigning the inner HTML. Here there is one more problem which is existing. That means here we are passing our event to our TS file by using one method, and that method is assigning the values to one of the class property, and the class property is used in our HTML content. So this is a big process where we are creating a method, that is one problem, and also we are creating a variable, that is also one problem, and we are also using an interpolation. So these are the three problems which we have in our traditional data binding, that is two-way data binding. We are intentionally making everything as two-way data binding by using event plus interpolation. This is how we will be achieving our traditional way of two-way data binding. Whereas Angular given one more approach, that is nothing but an ng model, which we will be learning in the next videos. So that is how our traditional two-way data binding will be working. In the next video we will see about ng model and how to resolve these problems. Hope you guys understand my video. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.